Sexton's not the best choice since you have to upgrade it. I believe you do. Yes, you have to upgrade it for 25 bucks, but it's a fairly good unit. It's the same thing as the howitzer, so it's up to you if you want. If they're pushing with artillery, then you don't want the howitzer. If they're not pushing with artillery, then you might as well get the howitzer, since it's cheaper. There's no real point to spend the extra $5 for something when you don't need it. The howitzer 140, again, if you're just messing around, crushing someone, then get it. Other than that, don't spend the money. The AC MK1, you need this unit when you're pushing out. You need at least 2 of these at the minimum when you make your attack to help out your base, just in case, or force, just in case one dies. Coventry, don't get it. No point to spend the extra money on research when it does the exact same thing as the previous unit. There's no point to get this. I don't even know why it's in the game, but it is, so what can I do? Just don't get it. No point. Don't spend the money on this. As you can see, I'm tired, so I'm just being straight to the point. I'm not even messing around, just saying don't buy this crap. Don't get the thing. Cruiser A13, crap as well. Don't get it. Do not get this unit unless you are planning some crazy surprise attack that you need a fast, speedy, agile unit to push and crush your enemy. Only time you should get it. You're going to get it when you're doing some crazy rush that the opponent doesn't see coming, especially with those fake airfields, stuff like that. Then you're going to go for the cruiser, because the cruiser will provide you speed and agility, and it'll be able to get there quickly, and it'll be able to be at least effective enough that if you get about 6 or 7 of these or more and push across the map on the left or right side when the opponent doesn't see it coming, you can get that quick win, possibly, or at least possibly cripple your opponent to the point where they'll either give up, or you'll just actually hurt them so bad that you have such a huge advantage that you can start pumping out those planes and start bombing them, and then it'll be game over from there. The Cromwell, don't get it. I'm not going to get into it. Just do not get the unit. There's no point to upgrade it when it does the basic same thing as a cruiser. Matilda, do not get it unless you are trying just to take fire from other units. The only point to get a Matilda is to absorb weaponry. That's all it's meant for. Who cares who's inside and who dies inside the tank? They're just a computer. It's just a fake unit. Just let it die. I know people don't like letting their units die sometimes. They want the units to survive, but this tank was not built to kill things. This tank was meant to just die and take fire. I will gladly trade Matildas in. I will gladly trade in a Matilda to take 288 fires or 90 fires from the enemy and blow up as I bomb it across the way and kill all of his units. They're only good for distraction slash absorption of enemy fire. That's all they're good for. That's all you should use them for, and they're cheap enough that you can do it effectively and not risk losing the game just because you're running out of resources. The AT2 PDR, good unit only for very, very quick tank rushes. If you're getting rushed by light tanks or something and you need these units, then produce them. That's pretty much it. The AT17's fairly good unit. I would probably upgrade them, but you don't really need to, just due to the fact that you have the Firefly. The Firefly is there, it's worth it. The only point to not get the Firefly and get the PDR is if the opponent is only going tank, anti-tank. If the opponent is going tank, anti-tank, and they're only going to be pushing with, like, say, Jacksons or anything like that, and you're afraid your Fireflies will die, then spend the money, the $50, upgrade to the AT17 PDRs, put them in the woods, and then pretty much your opponent is screwed, because you will drop. All you have to do is focus fire on either the recon vehicle, kill it, then focus fire on the big tanks. Don't even worry about the advanced tank destroyers, because they won't do anything. So you'll have those AT17s plus your Typhoons or Hurricanes. You can start dropping payloads on all of them as a combined attack, and you'll pretty much wipe out the entire force. So if they're only sending tank-like units, then make the wooded. If they're sending only tanks, then or if you're pushing, don't make the Archer, but just upgrade it, then get the Firefly. If you're going to be pushing, get the Firefly. If you're going to be playing defensive game, get the AT-17s, unless they're going to be going artillery. If you're playing someone like a USSR player, then don't get the AT-17s. Upgrade to the Firefly and push and kill those artillery units as fast as you can. The Anson, you need it, get it. It's recon, always get recon. Paratroopers, very good unit. Get them if you want to either put pressure on the opponent early, or if you want to get free points. They're the best way to go. You can put, like I said, put one in the woods, start killing the crap out of those depot trucks, which cuts off the enemy supplies, which means there's not getting any money from them. Then when you're about to get attacked and you're about to lose that unit, just go steal the depot, get the free 40 points. You'll lose the depot in a minute anyway, if either they'll take it back over or they'll kill it, but at least you got the 40 points plus a ton of points from the supply line cutting. If you do that across the map, you can also take map control. You can do so many things with paratroopers. They're a pretty incredible unit, and I recommend using them if you can, but you have to use them properly. Don't spam them. Don't make 100 of these things and just think, oh, I have 20 paratroopers, I can't lose, I'll just take the base over in 30 seconds with blitz. Well, you're going to be wrong. Like, they do a lot of damage, but paratroopers can be killed by Bofors, stuff like that. You can die, especially if they have a good composition of units early game. You can lose all your paratroopers and you'll be pretty much crippled right away. The Spitfire, get it no matter what. Like I said, the build order is pretty much Anson Air or Hurricane first. But if you see they camouflage net right away, probably not going to be able to get those trucks killed, because you won't know where the trucks are going. Usually when they don't camo net, if you see a truck looks like it's going to take a while to get somewhere, then you can pump out that Hurricane, then pump out that Recon, or pump out the Recon first and the Hurricane, one or the other. Push with those two units, then make a second Hurricane and try and get 2 kills. Try and get at least 1 truck with those 2 Hurricanes. Try and get at least 1 and take that economy away from the opponent. Especially go for the depots first. Do not go for a basic. If they're making something stupid, if they're making something like a barracks or something, don't go for the barracks. There's no point. You're wasting your time. Go for the depot trucks first if you can, especially when opponents like to get a quick. Some opponents like to get a quick eco advantage over you, and they won't make units. But they'll just camouflage that, but they'll leave maybe they'll overextend themselves too much, and the truck will take a long time. Then you're gonna go for that truck, get that 40 points, and maybe go for another truck, go for another 20 to 40 points, and take that early lead and cripple them very early. Hurricane, like I said, just get that. Spitfire, get it no matter what. There's no question about it. Don't even contemplate not getting this. This better be in your army if you want to be successful in a 1v1 as the UK. Hurricane, get it only for early game, then push to Typhoon. Get that Typhoon for mid-late game. You need a bunch of these come with your Spitfires to be successful and to push back those tank attacks and stuff like that. Airfield, get the Wellington Bomber. Don't get it right away because you won't need it unless the guy's a complete noob and you can destroy him with Wellingtons. Then go crazy and make 1,000 of them. I don't care. But get the Wellingtons out there mid to late game when you need to start doing those bombing runs and to cripple your opponent and get the GG. They're also good if the opponent pushes out and they already have depots made. Just send 1 Wellington, take it out, and then if they go to rebuild it, then send a fighter out there and shoot the building down, and there you go. Now you have free 80 points and you've cut their supply lines, that supply line completely off. It's a good unit for either bombing buildings. It'll one-shot, it'll one bombing run draw pretty much any basic infantry-based unit or truck-based unit. It'll kill in 1 shot. It'll kill any building except the head HQ in 1 shot, or secondary HQ in 1 shot, so you should be safe. It'll do a ton of work for you. Get this unit. Like I said, only get the Lancaster if you're going for an HQ rush. That's about it. Only if you're going for an HQ rush or you're steamrolling the guy, then make the Lancaster, because it's worth it if you're going for the HQ rush. The HQ rush, the guy will probably just quit unless he has an army so big that he can crush you. If you kill the guy's HQ and he has no secondary HQ, you got this game in the bag. You can't lose. There's like no way you can lose, because he cannot ruse his base